Hello dear friends, and welcome to yet another episode of How the Mighty Have Fallen. As usual, I have no idea what to expect during this session, so let's find out, shall we?
Or not. And lose the stupid grin.
Okay, so I've got pretty much everything booted up. I set a flight plan to 51 Golf, which is Alkay Airport, just north of Flint, adjacent to Dalton. Going to see if it's in the database. I had trouble hooking up to the Bad Elf GPS, but right now it seems to be connected. Hopefully it'll stay that way. But the nice thing is that if it disconnects, I'll get a verbal warning there. So let's go to the checklist. Okay, tow bars non-existent. Pre-flight, yeah, there it goes again. Disconnected again. Okay, well, shit. I'll deal with that later. Shit. Maybe it's because I'm not booted up and actually started the sim. We'll find out. Okay, seat belts don't exist. Circuit breakers are in. All electrical is off. Fuel selectors on both. Fuel shut-off doesn't exist. Throttle, we'll open it at 1/4 of an inch. Mixture's idle cutoff. Standby battery doesn't exist. Engine system. Well, first we need to unpause. Yeah, this checklist doesn't work for this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the master. It's going to initialize the system. Now I'm going to see if it will reconnect to the Bad Elf now that I'm booted up. It's showing we're connected, so I don't know whether, yeah, it's not showing the devices. It's like it connected and then disconnect. I don't understand this. And for there, now it's connected again. Okay, so let's go back to the checklist. So air prop is clear. Fuel pump. Turn both of them on because I never know which one's going to work. Mixture will go full rich for a few seconds. And because this isn't a real airplane, I do not get fuel pressure, so I'll lean it again. Let's get that caution taken care of. Yes, I know the pitot heat is off, but this is a sim, who cares? Okay, so let's start this puppy. Clear prop. Okay, fired right up. We do have oil pressure. And we don't have any fuel flow, which is normal. So we're started and flying. Now let's boot up the avionics. We want to turn on the beacon, nav and strobe. I'm not going to worry about my landing or taxi lights. So let's see what this puppy has in the database today. It's calling it Cagney. But it's there. I'll take it. And it's activated. So now I've got a heading. Rough heading is going to be 337. So let's set that. 337. And we're going to fly it at, let's set it at 2,500 feet. Keep it nice and low. Actually, let's go to, see if we can get up to 4,500 feet. No, that's too high. For a short flight like this, we'll keep it low. Okay, so avionics are set. Okay, let's see what happens here. Pontiac Tower, Cessna 23678, holding short 27 left for a northwest departure. Clear for takeoff 27 left, on course approved 678. Okay, so let's do this thing. Brakes are off. Let's roll. Airspeed's alive. Let's get off the ground. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Kill the ambient lights. So let's climb at 80. And I'll hand fly it as I climb to 2500, and then I'm going to put on the autopilot. Just cause. Alrighty, so we're on our way. 30 nautical miles. And we are on the iPad. A little bit parallel to our iPad track, and that's fine. Warning, from now on all voiceovers will be random and somewhat unsynchronized. Okay, good. So we're on our way. We got permission to go through Flint at this altitude. Just because it's a sim and I can get away with murder. Do whatever I want. But at least so far, this is a normal sim experience. And I'm happy with that. There's no traffic on I-75 northbound because this is a sim. There's no traffic southbound, there's no cars anywhere. I'm going to have to get used to using the G1000 system. You know, it's odd. The thing is, when you fly the sim at low altitudes, it's hard to distinguish what's happening on the ground. As it was the great thing about flying the RV-8 is I got up high quickly and it was very easy to get a much better sight picture. And when I get about 10 miles out, I'll disconnect the autopilot. It'll be very interesting to see whether or not I can spot that airport. I know LK has different runways, but they don't show up very well on the ForeFlight, and they have no taxiway illustrations for this airport. Who knows what the sim will show us? But the runways I'm looking for are 3 and 21, 14 and 32, 18 and 36. So now I'm 10 miles out. I think I will just overfly the field and then decide what runway I'm going to land on. So I'm on a rough heading for runway 32 now. My heading right now is roughly 340. So I'll see what the sim shows me. I'm going to stay at 2,500 feet.
Bad Elf GPS has disconnected.
Oh, and I just lost the Bad Elf again. I don't understand that. Why that keeps disconnecting. I'm not going to worry about it. One thing that's weird in the sim is the distance to these monitors is right in between my prescription for my glasses. So either I lean back and use my far distance, or I get closer and use my mid-range distance. A little weird. Not something I have to worry about in a real airplane, and boy, I cannot wait until I'm flying a real airplane again. Getting closer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to circle around and land on 36. OK traffic, Cessna 23678 overhead, 2,500. I'm going to circle around for left traffic runway 36. OK. Okay, disconnect the autopilot. Throttle back. Start losing altitude to get on the 45. There it is, okay. Okay. What's weird is what I thought was the runway must be a different, yeah, it was a different airport in the pattern, because right now I'm over, okay. You can't really tell what the heck you're looking at. Okay, this is really odd, the way they've got these runways lined up. But I don't care. Not good. That's okay.
Bad Elf GPS has disconnected.
Yes, I know. You keep screwing up.
Bad Elf GPS has disconnected.
Yeah, I know. Flaps are up. Let's do 1 notch of flaps. Take off. God, I wish I had diagrams. See if I can get this bird off the ground this quick. Actually, I'm going to circle around one more time because I want to get as much runway ahead of me as I can. 1 notch of flaps. Pull the brakes, full rich. Switches are all set. Full throttle. Release the brakes. I don't know, those trees are coming up awfully fast.
03.
There we go. There we go. And I did it. Yeah, had that been a real scenario, I would stay below 2100. I would probably even try to contact Great Lakes Approach on the ground. Or I could just stay below 2100 and go around the airspace. But I will say I like the Sims altitude and climb and all that stuff control. What am I trying to say? See, ideally, I would fly north from LK to climb and get in touch with Great Lakes Approach, tell them my intentions, and get clearance. Interesting. The autopilot leveled me off, but it didn't keep me on course very well while I was climbing. I need to learn so much more about autopilots. 24 miles to Pontiac. So right now I'm flowing 9.8 gallons an hour. I've used 5.6 gallons. Gallons remaining 47. Wheel PSI 61.4. Oil temp 203. Going to approach 678. Good day. Detroit approach. That's a 23678. Level 3,500 inbound for Pontiac. And it's funny, this GPS keeps turning on and turning off. Engine failure. Okay, let's get the nose down, turn off the autopilot. And 3 miles from Flint, passing through 1500. Landing off airport, 7678. What do you know about that? The power just came back. I had the field made. Okay, so in a real emergency scenario, I would have dialed up emergency frequencies, but as long as I'm nearby Flint, I'm going to do a pass. Have the tower take a look at this airplane. Tell me what they see. Ah, it didn't change. Why the hell did that happen? Enter, enter. Now it's in there. I gotta double check and see what I did wrong. Get on course, Marty. Get on course. Get on course. There we go. That's better. So obviously, I need some real-world practice in terms of emergency procedures. I don't need to shoot from the hip, I need practice. Autopilot's on, time to chill for a minute.
Manual GPS has disconnected.
Yeah, I know. Just under 15 miles out, which is odd because I'm not even out of Flint's airspace yet. I'll wake you up when I get there, how's that? Say, gotta get these chops back together. Landmarks are so much harder to spot in the sim, especially when you're low. Visually, I tended to aim at the wrong thing. because in the distance it looked like an airport. But now I'm 6.5 miles out, and I can see the airport now. Can make it out amongst the lakes. It's so much easier in real life. Comes check. Gas is good. Undercarriage is fixed. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. Lights off. You know, one thing that I didn't do in the sim is turn off the fuel pump. That's okay. This is just sim. Hard to get the correct patterns down when you're in the sim. Okay, now for a little silliness. Now. Yes. Well, thus ends another episode of How the Mighty Have Fallen. Better, but still sucked. Tune in next time.
Or not.
The end.